So one of my distractions today was trying to get this scanner that I found in the street to work. And in principle, it shouldn't be that difficult. It's a USB generic device, and these are its command IO control commands. If you look at that manual page, you can use these function calls to talk to the device, and this explains quite well what you need to do. So if I look at the D message, will that work? If you, it's watching the messages now, and if I switch it on, the scanner turns up, and I can get some bytes from it, and these come out of this C program that does those IO controls. It just uses some standard include files, and then the IO control files, and then the USB files, and it has a hex dump function, and it opens its, it only takes one argument, and it opens that device read-only and does the IO control to get device description, and that returns this structure, which is defined in this file. But the thing is that the bytes and words, particularly the words, have endianness issues. So this is the whole thing with C. You've got to use these macros. Look at that lot. That's to selectively turn these words around so that they produce the right numbers in the native C variables. And that's what these are. So all I'm doing is is dumping them in hex, and you, in your head, you can see that this is 60A1, which corresponds to the product there. But now to get any further, I've got to navigate all this stuff, and it's really hard because I don't really know what a configuration is and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm going to go any further, but the thing is that, yeah, this way of concrete, the hoops you have to go through to get concrete data representations right are just mad. And there are lots of devices. I've got a USB camera that I don't have a driver for, and that also produces a UGen device. And in theory, I could use the same program to do both of these things. I just wish that there was a nice little language to use for picking out bits and bytes and words and unsigned words and longs and unsigned longs and longs and unsigned longs and all the other kind of stuff you get in these things. But in all these years, we never produced any kind of what they call an encoding representation in the ISO IETC standards. We should have had a language to do that long ago. We should not be writing code by hand to do this kind of bit twiddling. It's highly error prone and tedious, and it just makes everything harder. But we never did the basics. We just muddle along and muddle along and muddle along.